Hey guys, so this is not a normal video. This is not normally where I film, but considering the topics I am discussing today, I feel it's appropriate. So, I want to talk to you guys about depression and anxiety. I know that a lot of people experience depression and anxiety, but there are some people who've never had those issues and don't understand what it's about and what it feels like and how to help other people. And so what I'm hoping that this video will end up doing is helping people that have depression and also helping people that don't have depression help people that they love. So the first thing I wanted to do, and I'm sorry I have it on my phone, I was going to set my laptop up, but then I'd be looking down, and looking up is a better angle for me. So I have the definition of depression, and this is just straight from Google. It says, feelings of severe despondency and dejection. Self-doubt creeps in and swiftly turns into depression. If we go down further, we have some synonyms. Melancholy, misery, sadness, unhappiness, sorrow, woe, gloom, gloominess, dejection, downheartedness, despondency, dispiritedness, low spirits, heavy-heartedness, discouragement, despair, desolation, dolefulness, moodiness, pessimism, hopelessness, and there's more. I did skip some of them while I was reading. First things first, let's talk about, what causes depression? I don't think there's a reason at all. I think that it's just a chemical imbalance in your brain. I think that it happens for no reason, and I think that it can happen for reasons as well. I think both. So, first, if you're helping a friend, you need to understand that there might not be a reason that they're depressed. And you need to also understand that it's not your fault. So, there's that. Now, let's go to everyday health. And there's an article that has some facts about depression. And I really liked this. So there's 12 facts, and I'm going to go through them, and I will link this article in the description down below. So if you wanted to read it more thoroughly, you can. I am basically going to be summarizing key points and saying my thoughts. Depression has different triggers. I think that's absolutely true. I can go to work and be totally happy, and if somebody says something or if something happens, it triggers me and it turns my day around, and I have to work really, really hard to turn it back around. So 100% agree with that, and something that can help you or your friend or a loved one is knowing or figuring out what some of their triggers are. Genetics and genes provide some, but not all of the answers. I think that's true also. I know that there is a history of depression in my family, and I know that some of my family members have experienced depression, but then other ones haven't. So I can see what they're saying there, but I also think depression is also very personal and very situational and very chemical. So it just depends on the person and the situation as well. I mean, if you have a loved one pass, of course you're going to be depressed. Depression affects the body. They're saying it can cause headaches, stomach problems, shortness of breath, general tension. I've never experienced any of that. I have experienced a panic attack, which I guess is kind of correlated with depression, but I also feel like depression and anxiety are two separate things that go together hand in hand. Depressed brains look different. Images of studies of the brain can show that some structures of brain circuits work differently. I think that kind of goes right back to the genetics portion that they were discussing. Let's see. Depression is linked to other health problems. I can see that as well. For me, myself, when I'm depressed, a huge... what is the word I'm looking for? Comfort, for me, is food. And food is a crutch for me. And it's hard because eating is something you need to survive, but when it's a crutch for you as well, that fine line between being healthy and overeating can be crossed. And I definitely see that as an issue for me. I don't know about other people. Some people don't eat when they're depressed. Some people have other things that they do when they're depressed. So maybe they do get a headache. Maybe they just, I don't know, have a stomach ache. But yeah, I can totally see that. Exercise helps manage depression. Yes! That I completely agree with. And I will tell you why. Last year was a hard year for me. Very difficult. I had a job in management, which being a manager is difficult. That's all I'm going to say about that. But this job caused depression for me and a lot of anxiety. But what helped me the most was when I would get up every morning and exercise. I would go and run. And the time came where I had my race, and then when my race was done, I stopped running. So once I stopped running, I noticed that my depression slowly started creeping up. My moods weren't quite as normal, and people would ask me, Chris, did you run? Did you go exercise today? And people noticed. So I 100% agree that exercising hugely affects depression. More than one antidepressant medication may be needed. I personally have tried antidepressants and they work and they're great, but I don't like the way they make me feel. I feel like, for me, personally, I don't feel like myself. And for me personally, my depression is something that can be handled by exercising, by talking to family, by letting people know, hey, I'm depressed, by getting out of the house and doing things like that. So I'm lucky where I know how to handle my depression and I know how to communicate. And it took a long time for that. For a long time I was on medication. So yes, I can totally see that. I can see needing something for anxiety, something for depression, and maybe something for depression before bed or when you get up. Yes, I can totally see that. Now, warming up can help depression. It says people who are depressed may have an altered thermoregulatory system. Exposure of heat may have potential as some sort of antidepressant. That is really fascinating. It says more research is needed, but hot yoga, warm baths, showers, saunas are low-cost ways to try and treat depression, so try it for yourself. I have never heard of that, but it kind of makes sense because I feel like in the summer people tend to be less depressed than in the winter. That's interesting. If any of you have tried that out, leave a comment down below and let me know how that works and what you did and all of that. I'm interested in that. So, depression is the leading cause of disability. Yes. So, those were some fun facts, and those facts were from... Oh, I will put a link down below. Like I said, I just kind of summarized what they were saying and gave my thoughts. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video and hit that notification bell as well, so that way you know when I upload. I am trying to upload more than once a week right now, and I'm kind of getting the ball of it. I'm starting to understand how to edit better and more efficiently, and I'm also understanding how to, I'm also starting to understand how to use YouTube better, and their little, things. So, I know sometimes my thumbnails aren't the best. I'm still learning about that. So if you guys have any tips, you can leave me some tips below too. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. Bye.